You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us. But it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Fran.
Well, I want to ask, how are you? But
you know,
I kind of know. We've spent so much time together.
We have, and I can't stop looking at the screen because I can see the audio, and I'm wondering if I'm loud enough.
Oh my gosh, Carrie. So we have to tell everybody where we are. Well, by the time they're listening to this, we'll be home because it's actually the night before we fly home that we're recording this. But we're both at Disney's Old Key West right now.
Yep.
Where we have spent four days, 4 nights.
Yep, 4 nights.
4 nights together at the end of our trip. But we need to start at the beginning.
We do. Can you put in some cool, rewind back music?
Like some audio, It's fun to record this because we're normally on a Zoom call.
And right now we're in our jammies. I wanted to record it from bed, but that got kiboshed. So now we're at the little... What if we would have put the laptop...
Carrie, we cannot record the podcast from your bed.
Top on this table in between the beds, and then we
would just
laid there with our heads closer to it.
Can you imagine how long we would talk for if we were lying in our beds?
We fall asleep like when you're a teenager and you stayed on the phone with your friend all night long, or your boyfriend till you fell asleep. Yep.
That could have been us.
Oh, such a missed opportunity.
I know. So it's weird for us to be in, we're in a room together in our jammies.
We don't do that very often.
In our jammies.
Truth be told, is that how we say it? Truth be told, this isn't a regular occurrence for us.
No. And I have no idea how it's going to sound, but since our editor quit, it's going to be as good as it gets.
This is it, folks.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're in our room at Old Key West. It's 1,000 degrees in the room because we've turned off the air conditioning, so that it doesn't make sounds on the podcast, and B, because Carrie was cold. So yeah, hopefully the sound's okay. But we're here, and we have a trip report and updates to give.
Indeed.
So the first one is we tried something new on the way down.
We flew with Porter Airlines.
And what did we think?
I liked it. The planes are a little bit smaller than what we're used to.
Yeah, it's 2 and 2.
No middle seats.
But I didn't feel like the seat was bigger width-wise.
No, I think it's a regular seat and they just give you more leg room. Like where we were we were up at the front of the plane.
Oh yes, because Carrie wanted to splurge.
We booked Porter Reserve.
Yes.
But yeah, I think the seats are normal, but just a more leg room, spaced out a little bit more. They weren't first business classy, bigger seats like WestJet.
They weren't as wide as the WestJet seats. But it was nice. We were near the front of the plane, and
with a small plane, there's not so many people, so there's not so many crazy lineups before the flight, and then, right?
Yeah, there wasn't the craziness of the boarding.
300 people waiting in line when they're not supposed to. So we boarded pretty quickly. We were at the front of the plane.
Yeah.
Got off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They gave us some snacks and treats and drinks, and
the food was really good.
I know, it was really good.
I'm trying to remember now what I had. I had the chicken, I think.
Yeah, you had chicken salad, and I don't remember. It's been so long.
And it came in the nice little boxes.
Oh yeah,
remember?
yeah. It was, yes.
It came in the little containers, and it was
and the
really
packaging
yummy.
was awesome. It was a really neat. They did a really good job packaging it.
And you got cute. A little phone holder. Remember they had the little cardboard, and it was a little X thing to put your phone on.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, A+ for that. That was a good job.
Yeah, and it was very I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good flight. And then we landed in the new terminal, which was bright and beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now, we did get a question about the terminal, how far it was from the plane to the baggage claim.
Right.
I don't think it was that far.
No, it's comparable.
Like
no tram. You don't have to take a
tram.
tram, but probably the walking is the same, pretty much.
Yeah, as the other terminal. It's probably the same. But it was nice and bright and
yeah, total opposite. The other terminal's just so old and dated. Probably in its time it was revolutionary, like that big mall.
Oh yeah,
court and the A and the B side or whatever it is. It was and the trams going to the other terminals. I'm sure in its heyday it was the best.
It was the best,
but the other one's pretty fancy and shiny and technologically advanced.
Now, you're going to have to tell me going home, because I'm going home WestJet, so I'm not out of that terminal. But you're going to have to tell me going home if it's this like similar great experience.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. So we did that. That was new.
Yep.
And then Franny did something new.
Mm-hmm.
We left the airport and went straight to, with our matching luggage.
With our matching luggage.
Went straight to the JW Marriott.
Yes, you did not stay on site.
I did not. Well, it's technically on property,
It is
isn't
on
it?
property.
But it's not a Disney resort.
The JW Marriott Bonnet Creek.
Yes. So we did one night there, and
You're converted.
I want to go back. It was a lot of fun.
It's a lovely place.
The lobby was gorgeous. When we first walked in. Everybody was nice. Our room was ready. And we checked in. It was a nice big room.
Mm-hmm.
We put our stuff down, and then we decided to go to the pool. We changed into our shorts and stuff.
Yep.
And then we went to the pool.
Pool.
And we were just going to like sit there for a bit.
Mm-hmm. We stayed there for a couple hours probably. And we had lunch.
Because it was so comfy.
It was very nice. Yeah, they take care of everything. The minute you walk into the pool area, they get your seats ready. They get your towels ready. They made us little pillows with our towels. Brought us ice water.
Like a big jug of ice water, which I promptly poured all over myself by accident when I was trying to fill
By accident. It was only like 100 billion degrees.
Oh, I know. It was hot. But they had everything for us.
Hot water. Like they had ice water, and they had they fed, like you could order food, and there was staff everywhere, and they all just kept asking if everybody was okay and what you needed, and brought us more ice water and brought us drinks and brought us our lunch. It was awesome.
Yeah, we
Great
split
service.
like some chicken strips and they were great fries.
Good, yeah.
They were
we had
really
some
good.
Drinks. The drinks were good, and the
Yeah.
ice water was top notch.
Oh, it was. It was really
It's so
good.
hot out though. Oh my goodness. This is like day one. We've barely been there for like 2 hours, and we were
Yeah, we were struggling.
Struggling already.
And the heat's been like a real issue. A real issue. But yeah, so we did that, and then I'm trying to remember, like,
We went for a
we didn't
walk.
just go straight to dinner.
No, we went to our room, and we went to, they have a, like on the 6th floor or something, remember?
Oh yeah, remember we went and looked at it was like mini golf and rock
Yeah, like
climbing
a kids area, like an area where the kids can go and relax and do crafts and stuff. And they had outdoor mini golf up there. Like nothing too extravagant, but just something to keep. Like the whole floor was just all outdoors, like AstroTurf for playing.
Yeah, it was nice.
I was surprised. I looked on the website before we got there, and I don't even remember seeing that part of the hotel. So it was a bit of a surprise.
And there's a spa in there too.
Yeah, spa. There's lots of restaurants, and it just seems like even like there was people there, but it just seems kind of calm and nice, right? Like,
Yeah, like it wasn't loud at all.
even we checked out right at 11 o'clock, right? We stayed till the last minute.
We did.
And the lobby was just still serene. Like, even though I'm sure there's lots of other, like everybody was checking out too and people were arriving, it just seemed like a nice environment.
Yeah,
It was beautiful.
It
I
was.
never stayed there before, but it'll definitely be on my list.
Oh, it was lovely. And yeah, so we walked around, we checked some stuff out. Um, there were kids up on on that deck, but it was so hot. And then we just walked around, took some pictures, hung out.
Yeah. And we made reservations for the rooftop restaurant. It's called Illume.
Yes.
Japanese restaurant.
Yes.
So we went there for dinner. I think we had 7:30 reservation.
Yeah, so
What did we do before?
before
Oh my goodness.
so
The highlight of the
because
day.
trying to make sure that we remember what we
Yeah.
did, I have pictures on my phone that we're going through to make sure we've got them in order. And Carrie's rolling her eyes at I was so excited with this.
In the lobby, they have a CVS vending machine that has everything that you could want from a pharmacy.
Everything.
So we had to videotape Fran getting, what did you get from there?
Deodorant, because remember I forgot my deodorant.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, we had to get
So
deodorant.
we used the vending machine, and it's just like the chips and pop machines. And you go and you pick the number and out spits whatever.
Tap your card and boom.
Yeah, it was
deodorant.
really good.
That was the favorite part.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. But then we went to Illume.
We went for dinner.
And that was lovely.
It was very good. It was a very nice restaurant.
Yeah.
Rooftop, beautiful views. We got to see the sunset. We got to see the...
It would have been very romantic had we been there with, like, people...
To be romantic with.
To be romantic with.
It was
but
definitely...
there were people, like, dolled up to
Yeah, there was lots of people dressed up. It was definitely a date-night place. It looked like there was people there celebrating, like, a bridal shower type of thing. Like, lots of people dressed up. And like even some families. There were some families, young kids there too. But yeah, very very nice. Oh yeah, we had dumplings, is what we had, right?
We started with our dumplings and the
salad, and then we had a couple of rolls, which were very tasty.
They were so yummy.
And we had this thing for dessert. I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was supposed to be like ginger and mousse and chocolate cake, and gal said that it was delicious, and she wished that it was more than 2 bites or whatever, and it was absolutely delicious. Like, it was perfection.
It was. But we had chocolates in the room too, because Carrie's like a VIP.
Oh yeah, I'm a VIP, all right.
At Marriott.
They probably give it to everybody.
They left us chocolates in the room too.
Right, but that dessert was too good.
So we took some pictures, and then we hung out.
Yeah.
And then, really, it was just after dessert when we looked out the window, and lo and behold, we could see the drone show at Disney Springs.
They had said that earlier that from up there you can see quite a bit of the fireworks, and I think we saw them. Yeah. We saw the Magic Kingdom fireworks, I think. Yeah. I think you could even see Epcot from there. And you could see the drone show now.
Yeah, it's
a good view. It's a very, and then at that time they just tell you to, like, we had finished our dessert and we hadn't got our bill yet, and we were joking with the one last saying, we're not gonna run. And she's like, no, everybody just gets up and goes and watches the show. So
we're not gonna dine
and dash. She's like, oh, we know that. Go enjoy the show and come back. So everybody just gets up and walks outside to see the show. So
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That
was nice. It was very nice out there.
And then we went out that night. Like after dinner, we were a bit stuffed, but we
went for a little walk.
We went for a walk to see if we could maybe work off some of what we'd just eaten.
And their pools there, we went out in the pools. One of the pools was still open. They have like an adult pool and then a family pool, and it's just very nice. Yeah. At nighttime it was quiet because only the adult pool was open, but even during the day they had the one side was the family, so that was a bit rowdy, and then with kids, and then the other side was rowdy with adults, but having 2 separate areas. But when we went for our walk, we could see them empty, and it's a beautiful spot, like beautiful palm trees and 0 entry pool for the family pool, and even the adult pool had easy ways to get in, like the steps were nice. It was they're really nice pools. They look kind of plain in the picture, but when you're there and you see that it was a very nice pool setup. Like it just looked like a plain pools in the ads, but It was nice.
Yeah, it was. It was really nice.
It was really nice.
Really nice.
So if anybody wants to go and just, or chill out before or after, most likely after would be better.
Yeah.
A Disney trip.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Very comfy beds.
That was a really good night. In fact, it was one of those that we're saying, well, maybe we should figure out how to go and spend a few days there and just do nothing. Like, really, I say do nothing like we do so much here, but really just go and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
So we did the one night there, and then it was off to Disney. Okay, so I'm going to insert our jingle here. And then, then coming up is our event.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hang on.
If you're a Disney fan, then you should listen to Carrie and Fran. They laugh and chat and help you make a plan. If you're going to Walt Disney World or Disneyland, and you will become a Pixie Dust fan.
Why do you tell them we're going to insert the jingle?
Because I feel weird if you just cut it. And you just cut and then all of a sudden it's happens. Is that what people do?
I think so.
Oh, well, all right.
Okay.
We're back. And now we're going off to our event. So the reason that we were both down here was our agencies that we have were invited to basically an event at Walt Disney World for CommuniCore Plaza in Epcot and Tiana's Bayou. So
it was called This Is Magic.
It was called This Is Magic, and it was very exciting. So that morning we got up and we headed over to Disney's Animal Kingdom, which is where we were being hosted.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've listened to this before, you know that Animal Kingdom is probably not one of my most favorite deluxe resorts, because every time I've ever stayed there, I've been in the room like the furthest I could be.
The hallways are long.
Yes.
Like, imagine what you think a long hallway is if you've never been there before, and triple it.
Exactly. And I'm usually like the last 2 or 3 rooms from the end. But this time, how exciting.
You had a pretty good close room.
My room was pretty close to, I was very excited by my room. And how far was your room?
A little bit farther, but I had a partial Savannah view room, and I got, and I don't know what's partial about it, because I had giraffes staring at me.
Nice.
So.
Nice. I was overlooking the pool.
That's a good view too. I've had that view lots of times, and I like looking over the pool.
Yeah. It was quite lively in the afternoons.
Yeah, there's a party. Ooh, ooh. There's always a pool party.
There's always a pool party.
At every Disney pool.
Yeah, but the rooms were nice. And we knew, so we checked in on the Sunday. My room was ready first.
Yeah, mine wasn't.
So we just put your stuff in my room, and then
I think we went for lunch.
We took some pictures, and then we went for lunch. And we just went for lunch at the quick service. They did, and then we went to pick up our credentials.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's always pretty cool when you go to get your credentials, and you know that you have to wear for the 2 days so that everybody knows you're part of the event, which is kind of fun. So we took some pictures with those. And then, yeah, we really didn't have a ton of time, because then it was off to...
Started that night, right?
Yeah.
You had to go to Epcot.
Yeah. So it was off to Epcot to see CommuniCore.
Mm-hmm.
And this is really, like, they haven't really said much about the space. So I was very confused when I walked in, because I thought, is this going to be a quick service place? Because they had food, but the food was really just, for us, it was like the opening night event. It was a party. And at the party, they had the Encanto presentations, and they had like that new Encanto thing that they're going to
show that they're
the new show,
sort of like Frozen Ever After, but or the Frozen sing along, but Encanto versions.
Right.
So they have singing along in the song and having like singing. What's it called? Like sing along. But then they have dancing and they get the kids involved. They get the kids up and they've got little props and whatever. So it's sort of, I guess, Frozen sing along isn't interactive to that extent, but But yeah, a lot of singing and dancing and singing along
Now, you saw a lot of that. I didn't see as much of it.
because it was hot as Hades.
It was excruciating.
Mhm.
Like, I don't think it's hard to describe, but being outside for anything more than 3 minutes was like you felt sick.
Yeah, not good.
Yeah, I probably drank, no word of a lie, 17 bottles of water that night. Just every time I walked past one of those things, I just reached my hand in and had a bottle of
Well,
water.
and that shows outside in like their outdoor stage right outside of there.
Yeah.
And they have an area with like AstroTurf, like they have areas for families or whoever to sit down and like kind of a Magic Kingdom by in front of
Right.
in the hub, right? Like it's a space sort of like that. But it's hot. Like it is like
Yeah.
like that's a pretty hot space for being out there singing and dancing along with Encanto too. So that's kind of interesting. But maybe there'll be more trees and things as things. I don't know. I don't remember there being lots of trees and foliage around there.
Either.
But it's a nice space. It looks like it's interactive and like an area for people to play and relax. But yeah, most of the year I think it'll be pretty hot there. So, and that's what that hall, when we went in, it just looked like a party. So we couldn't even tell what was what. Like, is it just a sitting space? Like I saw on YouTube a video the next day when it opened and it was just a space to go in and cool off.
Yeah.
So like whether they're going to use it for that or yeah, like you get something to eat, you go inside, you have a drink, or use it for an event space. Like they do have lots of events just generally for, so maybe it's an event space,
and they had like different snacks and treats and food. And so there was lots of that, both inside and out. But outside I couldn't even look at it.
So I think outside, yeah, so that's a little hall with just seating. And then when you go outside, they did have a quick service with some of the stuff I think that they served us, because I think it's like from the festivals, like they have food from the festivals.
Yes.
But just like snacky things and drinks. And then they have that Encanto place, and then they have the Mickey and Friends area. So I think that was everything, right? We didn't miss anything.
No. So the Mickey and Friends area was the character meet and greet. And that was so much fun.
It's a good space.
It's a good space. It's well themed. It's lit properly.
Yeah, lit very, very well, and really good. Like obviously they're going to make it a good photo op, but it is a good. Like it really is. It really is a good photo op.
Yes.
And the CommuniCore building looks very pretty at nighttime. They kind of have it lit.
Oh yeah.
Like sort of like Spaceship Earth, sort of like it's got like those colors and shading on it. It's really nice.
Yeah, and then
it's pretty.
And it was really great because they had like for the party they had like bands and it was a real party.
I think they had the guys from the Canada pavilion or the UK pavilion.
Okay,
the UK guys were
really good.
They were good. They were really good.
They were really,
and they had celebrities there too, right? Like they had throughout the whole weekend. There was the cast of Tiana's.
Yes.
Princess and the Frog. I think most of them were there. Like all the voice actors were there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Some of them I didn't see all of them that night, but I think they may have all been there and we just didn't notice.
Yeah, and I saw like some pretty big Imagineers, like the woman that did Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I saw her, and so yeah, there were sort of quote unquote Disney celebrities there.
Media. There was influencers there for sure, and then there was like trade, like we were kind of lumped in like the trades or whatever, or trades people. I don't know, what did they call it?
Travel
trade, yeah,
maybe, yeah. So we were, and everybody's credentials were different colors.
Yeah.
So I liked ours. I thought they were pretty cool.
And there was these two guys there that were from the NBA.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, everybody's like, brothers. Did you see the basketball players? I'm like, no.
They're two brothers that play for like the Timberwolves or something like that. And apparently they're big Disney fans. And they came to the event, and it's just so funny because they kind of like stuck out like a sore thumb because they're these big, tall guys. And like during that party, they were outside and like they're kind of off to the side at a table, and like their knees are like up above the tables. And they just were sitting there, and it's like, and it just because they love Disney, they were just sitting there, and like their guides were like close by, like they had a guide there to be with them or whatever. But yeah, we kept seeing them pop up. Even the party that we had the next night, we saw them there. But yeah, I thought it was kind of weird that they were there. That these guys just dug Disney. So Disney's like, come on down for this.
Come on down. And they eventually ended up having a line where people were going up to take pictures with them.
Oh, yeah. Lots of guys were getting pictures and little kids were taking pictures with them. It was kind of funny.
Yeah. That was very cute.
But hey, I guess if they love Disney. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so at the end of that party, so that was it was a good party.
Couple of hours.
It was just, it was hot. Like it was really hot. So it was very crowded inside because a lot of people didn't want to go outside because it was so hot.
It's like so hot. Like when we went outside and they had all kinds of food inside, but they had all kinds of food outside, and like they have like ledges to sit like all around, and if you sat on the ledge, it made you like twice as hot. Like the hot just, you couldn't even sit down. Like unless you had a proper seat, you couldn't sit down because the ledges that were concrete or whatever would triple your temperature, your body temperature. Oh, yeah. That's how hot it is. Like you can't even.
It was
you can't even sit down. Oof.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But then
we went to the next
so after that, as the party wound down, then they walked us down for a viewing of Luminous. And it was basically where like, do they do dessert parties there, or is it usually all over? Because they had it roped off for us.
I think they would use that for dessert parties, but it's kind of like just the very center of what's that area called? Where
it's like right at World Showcase, in between the two stores.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Name that area. But that's where they have the accessible viewing, right?
Yeah.
I've watched it from there a few times. Accessible viewing. And I think they would have maybe dessert parties there as one of the areas. But it's like smack dab in the middle. Like it's the best, like it really is the best spot. So you can see everything. So and they had a free ice cream, Mickey bars and ice cream and water there. So I had a fruit bar.
Oh, did you?
An ice cream, I had a fruit bar. But yeah, you loved. There's free bottles of water everywhere.
There were bottles of water everywhere,
Cases of water everywhere.
I could not. Like I was seriously guzzling water. It's amazing I saw any of the vent from being outside of the bathroom because I was guzzling it, and I still felt like sick from the heat. But Luminous was great. It was a great show.
Good spot to watch it from. I hadn't watched it from that spot. I've only watched it from around, and I thought that was great, but when you watch it from the middle, you're like, oh yeah, this is better to see like the whole thing.
And then at the end, I did not follow instructions. You did. So they had private buses to take us back to Animal Kingdom out the back of the UK.
Yeah. Yeah, we went out through the pavilion where the World Show place where we have the pit event. We walked around that, and they had lots of buses. There's lots of people at this event. Lots and lots and lots and lots of people. Like there was people that like even a lot of the badges were staff.
Yeah.
A lot of the badges were guests.
Yeah.
So that then there was still media, influencers, or whatever they called us. You know, like there was all those people, but there was lots and lots of cast members that were invited. Like they weren't there to work. They were there with a staff lanyard on, and there was a lot that were just guests.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
lots and lots and lots and lots of people. I was surprised. I knew there'd be lots of people, but I didn't know it was going to be that big of an event.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. I did not follow instructions that night. I forgot to read the thing. So I walked out with two other people, and we were down at the bus stops, and we were like, where's our buses? And then we were like, oops. And then we were like, forget it, we're just gonna Uber.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do.
So yeah, we just jumped in a Lyft and got back to Animal Kingdom. And like that was a long day, even though it didn't start till later in the day because the heat. It just felt like a long day. So that was it. Back to our rooms.
We didn't have to be there till like 6:30.
I know, but it felt like a long one.
It was long. Yeah, the heat was crazy.
And then
we got back to our room and we had our box with us. Is that the night where we got our Tiana box?
Yeah, that's right. We got our Tiana box. I forgot about that.
So when we got back to our room, there was it's a big box.
Yes, it was huge.
Is that a picture of what was in it?
Yeah, I have it. So this was a big box that had all sorts of goodies in it, like like a child's cookbook, which I might use. It had
Mostly Tiana
themed things,
like stuff that's going to be for sale in the new
gummy
summer.
frogs. Seriously, when the merch comes out and the stuff you can buy, the gummy frogs, I am addicted to. I love those. It had we got a Tiana doll and
the mouse ears,
the mouse ears,
yep,
and a mister, like a Mickey Mouse mister. There was a ton of good stuff. I don't know the firefly thing. I couldn't figure out what that did. But we're gonna have to. It was a good gift.
Yeah, it's a little. I think it's one of those shoulder pets things.
Yes,
but I don't know that that's like in the movie.
It doesn't look like Ray.
Ray's the one in the movie, so I don't think it's Ray. But it's like a little firefly, and apparently, when you take it out of the container that it's in and put it on your shoulder with the magnet, and someone else is wearing one, they're supposed to interact. Like they're supposed to light up and interact with each other. We'll have to give it a try.
We'll have to give it a try.
But yeah, the box had loads of stuff in it, treats and but mostly Tiana themed stuff. A few other things,
pretty
but
cool.
Mostly Tiana themed, so that was kind of fun.
That was nice. Mm-hmm. It was nice. It was like you come back to your room and you've got this gift in there. It was lovely. And that was in preparation for the next day. Mm-hmm. So the next day was the Tiana day.
Yep.
We had to be at the Magic Kingdom for 3:30. And that was 3:30 to 4:30 was our scheduled. We got to experience Tiana's
Bayou adventure.
Yeah. So neither one of us were racing over there because it was so hot. We didn't want to go and be, sweating and messy and all that before our rides. But they basically had two lines. So they had it set up so that you could go through the ride. On your own, or you could wait in line and get a camera mounted to videotape you while you were on the ride. Yeah. And that line apparently, so I was going to do that, and then I waited in it for maybe 10 minutes and it hadn't moved, and then this girl behind me said her friend had texted her. She was further up in the line and had already been waiting 2.5 hours. So I was like, forget that. I can just jump in the other line. So what did you think, Carrie?
I liked it.
I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, we don't want to spoil it. I think it's it's neat. It's colorful and vibrant and fun and I don't know. I really liked it. It's I love Splash Mountain, but I think this is an excellent replacement for sure. It's got great music.
Yeah. It's
got a good little story. I don't know, I liked it. I like it.
Me too.
Lots of frogs.
There were a lot of frogs.
Everybody loves frogs. There's lots of frogs.
It was just so, the best word I could think to describe it was joyful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so.
It really was a happy, fun, bright, positive, it's just lovely.
I like it because the inside also has new technology. We see in some of the other rides, but there's still all the I like that there's a whole new family of critters.
Yeah,
I like that part of
that
it.
Was
so
pretty
it still
cool.
Has that part of it, and then it's got some screens and some animatronics and on whatever technology they have, but then it still has the cute little animals.
Yeah,
I like that about it.
It was a good ride. It was very good.
But yeah, I would tell people we were talking about this today, just if you think you're going to be here sooner than later, or even whatever, in a year or two, just wait to ride it. The ride-throughs don't
no,
they
don't capture how bright and beautiful it is.
And your feelings when I think that's the main thing that I don't like watching ride-throughs for, because you want to really experience that feeling. You don't know how you're going to react. And if you kind of know what's happening, then you've kind of predetermined a little bit how to react. But
I know. Yeah. So it was good. No, we did not ride together. But So mine was, I got soaked as per. No
Where were
different
you
than
sitting?
Splash. I was up front. We were
Oh
in the
yeah,
front.
I was at
Yeah.
the back, and then the second, like second last row, and then the last row.
Yeah.
Yeah, the front definitely.
Oh yeah, I got soaked, which was fine.
Yeah.
Because I was quite thankful for it. I dried off in no time. My hair was like, you should have seen the size of my head. But that was the most eventful part of my journey down the bayou.
Yeah.
How was your journey down the bayou, Carrie? At the very end of your journey down the bayou.
Oh, good grief. I guess we
Yeah,
gotta
remember,
talk
like
about
you
it.
you can only do part one because the part two will come at the
Oh, okay.
yeah. So
So
like
just what happened.
just what happened to your bayou?
Well, when I got off when we rode it twice because we wanted to, we waited again in a bit of a long line in a non-air conditioned queue. And then when we were getting off the ride, I put my phone in my purse.
We have matching purses, by the way.
Yeah, our little lug purses.
Crossbody purse.
Crossbody purses. I put my phone in my purse.
Right.
And then I think I'm blaming it on the fact, I was wearing a dress. Like, I've worn a dress in public, 3 times in the last 30 years. So, I could have just held the phone in my hand like I probably would have any other time. But, I wanted to make sure, there's, people all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
There's
And
people
everybody's
waiting.
got a camera.
Everybody's got a camera. People
they're
are
all
getting
media.
on and off. And, some people got to, they saw all the stars going on, whatever. So I was, I was holding my dress to get off the flume, and my phone fell out of my purse. It wasn't in my hand. I wasn't taking a selfie going down the hill. I was getting off, and it fell in the flume, in the water.
Not in the boat.
Yeah, I guess the flume is the boat, maybe. Yeah, it went into the water. So it was sort of not even, when you see something and it's in slow-mo and you're like, stop. It moved quicker than that. It fell, and then within a millisecond it fell into the water.
It landed on something.
It landed on
first.
something, and then it went boop right back into the water. So yeah, that was fun.
So Carrie's phone gone.
Yeah, we went to we asked them what to do, and they stopped and they tried to look and see if they could see it, but they couldn't. And then we asked them, they said to do guest services, lost and found. And then we asked the kids outside the ride when we were leaving what to do. They kind of said the same thing. So then we went to the front of the park, and I put in a lost and found claim for it. So if it shows up,
yeah. But so Carrie at this point is part of Tiana's Bayou.
Yeah,
Her phone is part of Tiana's Bayou.
And I wasn't I don't know, I think I was probably the least stressed out about it happening. It hadn't really dawned to me what it means not having a phone.
Yeah.
So then, and probably until the next day when I was like, oh, I don't even know what time it is, or
yeah,
how do I get a lift back to the airport? All that stuff. Then I wasn't really.
Yeah. So that because the next morning when we met for breakfast, A, Carrie doesn't know what time it is, and B, so she texts me or she messages me from her computer to say, let's go, we'll meet for breakfast. I replied, okay, where are we meeting? But by this time she'd already left her room.
I shut my laptop down and went down for breakfast. So I'm waiting in the breakfast line, and I was there at a pretty decent time. But then if anybody's ever been in a Disney food court at breakfast time, it can go from empty to 7,000 people. So I was in there when it was almost empty, and there was maybe 6 or 7 people in line. And then by the time Fran comes in, there's 20 people in line behind me. And I'm like, okay, well, if I don't see her, I was trying to figure what I was going to order for us. I'm like, I'll get this, and I'll get a bounty platter, and I'll get the Mickey waffles, and we'll split them. And then if either one she wants, whatever, because I'm like, I'm not getting out of this line. And I figured the mobile ordering would be whatever. And so then Fran moseys in because I figured she was probably waiting for me at the elevator, which she was.
I was.
But, I
And the
can't do
cast
anything.
member kept asking me, like, are you lost? Do you need help? I'm like, I need my friend. But
I was in line, like, waiting. I was like, when you came in, I was like one person away from ordering.
I know. And it's because it's so crazy. We take for granted that we can't, when you can't get a hold of
like
each
not
other.
having a connection. Like, you have a laptop, I come back to my room, I can check my emails and stuff like that. It's kind of like before when you travel and like data costs so much and we couldn't afford to have data on our phones. So it's kind of like that. If you're out and about, you're just out and about. So that's not the worst part, right?
Yeah.
But it's more like, you don't. I was seriously contemplating just going to buy a watch, like just buying the cheap watches that they have hanging in with the jewelry or whatever. Because if you don't know what time it is, like, what the heck are you gonna do?
It's very frustrating.
And then know my Disney experience. That's another thing that was, we didn't do a lot in the parks, but know my Disney experience. And then things more like, how do I get back to the airport if I was going to take a lift? Or mirrors,
it's
and
so
my online check-in, and I kept joking with Fran this week, like I'd like open up my laptop and I'd be like, "Oop, checking my messages."
So that was like Monday. You lost your phone in the Bayou, and then so that was so we rode the Bayou.
Yep, rode the ride.
Now keep in mind there have been flash flood warnings the entire time we've been here. So rain was always in the forecast. And so we left Magic Kingdom. We could go back and get freshened up if we wanted at the hotel. And then they were going to bus us back. So the idea was they were actually going to close off a lot of Frontierland. And we were having like a Tiana's Bayou dinner event there. But because of the weather, they sent us a message and said, FYI, we're not going to do it in the Magic Kingdom because of the weather. We're moving it to the Contemporary. And can I tell you, the people I was with, when that announcement came out, we were all like, woohoo, woohoo. We were so excited.
Yeah.
Because it was so hot. As much as it would have been so super cool to be in the Magic Kingdom and have like
a private event,
as a private event, I couldn't even imagine being in that heat.
And it is like the night before was so hot. Like it would have been a different experience being in like that most amazing environment, but to have that type of heat and that discomfort would have I don't know, maybe we would have stayed later and it would have cooled down and that would have been the plus to it. Like I've heard from some people that have been going to these events for years, like, you don't want to wish away an opportunity to have a private party in that area of the park. We had no say in the matter. It happened, but I couldn't imagine. Like maybe it would have been cooler, but
I don't know. Like that afternoon after waiting in line for Tiana's, I was extremely sick. Like I had heat stroke for sure that day. And by the time I got back to the hotel to freshen up, I thought I was just gonna pass out. So they moved it to the Contemporary, and my gosh, what a party it was.
Yeah, I think it was a party. It was awesome. And that's when people were saying, oh, you would have lost your marbles if you saw what they were going to do for us at Magic Kingdom. And I was like, this is one happening party. Like, I'm happy with this party.
Yeah. They had a band. They had DJ. They had food. They had the basketball players. They had
my favorite thing was they had the New Orleans, like the band, like the brass band with their trumpets and their trombones, and they were out, like, so when everybody was getting bussed in, I was already there because I never left, so we went just from Magic Kingdom over there, but they had the band outside waiting for everybody to get off the buses, and they were like hooting and hollering and have everybody singing and clapping, and then when the party actually started officially, they brought in, the band came in again, and they had all of like the New Orleans dancers with their flapper dresses on and their umbrellas, and they were dancing and getting everybody singing and dancing with them. It was awesome.
And then they had character meets for us too. So Tiana was there, and Louis was there. It was really a good
the
party,
food was really good, and they had, like, for people that were drinking, they had out like lots of fun drinks and out like punches, and for they had non-alcoholic drinks that were like more than just water. but lots of really good
Yeah.
food. Like the food was good, the desserts were good, the party was good. Like the room looked nice, like really considering
considering like a couple hours before they
and
did
I'm sure they have a contingency plan. Like they must, always have to have a
Florida.
contingency plan. But the lighting set up and the tables and the decor and everything, they had brought it all in, or maybe that's part of their contingency plan. But the room looked really, really nice
it was good.
for a backup plan.
It was very good.
And they were kicking people out. Like really, like I'm used to going to our Destination D events where people stick around for a little bit and then the room's not that busy. And like they were really like people were dancing with the band up at the front. They were dancing till the very end because they came back in, like the dancers and the band came in at the very end too to kind of send everybody out.
Mm-hmm.
So it was awesome.
It was a fun party.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely was.
Afterwards, you went to
so afterwards they bussed us from there to Disney Springs to see the drone show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was private. So they basically had the whole part blocked off down by House of Blues. The prime viewing area was blocked off just for us. So people could watch it from inside Disney Springs, but it meant that we weren't in like that kind of crazy crowd that comes for the drone show. So we had space and they had drinks and all sorts of stuff down there too. The drone show was amazing, like absolutely phenomenal, really emotional, fun. It was beautifully done.
And you can hear the drones come in.
Yeah, like I really hope it stays. It really, like if you get a chance to see it, you should. And yeah, so we watched that, and then they had a party at the House of Blues. Honest to goodness, it was. By the time the party at the House of Blues started, I was like, I gotta tap out. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I was done.
I wonder how many people just kept partying.
Well, I mean, it looked like it was because by the time I was down by the balloon, so by the time I walked the length back, it was pretty happening party at the House of Blues. So cool. I took a couple pictures and then I was like, peace out, I'm out. And they had buses out for us, out by like where the Uber lot is. So that was where the buses were to take us back to Animal Kingdom.
It was busy.
It was busy. It was a busy couple of days, a lot of fun.
It's really cool to be included and experience it all, that's for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely, we were very lucky to be part of it, and yeah, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It was awesome.
Truly.
And
then the next day, we were done.
And
we got kicked out of Animal Kingdom.
And it was off to Old Key West. And I think that's probably a good part for us to stop at, Carrie, because we've got now the rest of the week was just you and I at Old Key West. And we've got some...
Next time we're going to talk 45 minutes about nothing we did.
Yeah, what did you do? Nothing. No, we did. We did do
stuff.
a bunch.
We definitely did stuff.
We did do stuff. So we've got to share what we did. And that will be on the next episode.
Sounds good.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
Now, we didn't even talk about this before. Carrie, we don't... Pixie Dust.
Well, I think our Pixie Dust should be like this...
The event?
Yeah, this event and what we got to experience.
I don't know. Is that a cop-out or...
I don't think it's a cop-out. Like, we talk about stuff that gave us Pixie Dust and joy. That was definitely...
That was very joyful.
The highlight. Like, it was such an awesome experience.
It was. So I think, okay. I think we
What was your favorite part of it all?
My favorite... You know what? I want to say the drone show. Well, yeah. Yeah.
You like the drone show?
I really loved the drone show. And of course Tiana.
Yeah, the ride. Aside from the ride.
Aside from the ride. Yeah. I think the drone show was pretty awesome.
That's good.
Yeah. And you?
Oh, I thought I didn't have to. I came up with
you answered you asked me the question and then you don't have an
My
answer.
favorite part of the whole, like, aside from Tiana's, is like that brass band. Like when I saw,
I heard that band, I was like, Carrie's gonna be in all.
This is like, and yeah, when that band was outside and they were playing and then they came in, I was like, this is my kind of party. Like, this party was meant for me. Like, it was awesome. Everything about, like, the music.
Say the shrimps.
And the brass. Oh, yeah, there was shrimps, too. But the brass, the starting off like that, like, there's nothing more that I like in this world than that type of music and that brass band. It was awesome. There might be videotapes of me shaking my tail feathers outside to that band and clapping and singing along with them with everybody else. So that was... Yeah, that's when I realized, like, that was going to be a fun party.
Yeah.
Like, it really was a really good party.
It was a very good party.
So, yeah.
So, thank you to Disney Destinations for inviting us.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun. Now, so next episode is Carrie and Fran do nothing at Old Key West, but we did do a lot.
Yeah.
Which is why I think we got to cut it now, and then that should be part 2 of our adventures.
Sounds
you
good.
think?
Yep.
All right. Well, if you've listened this long, thank you. And if you enjoy the episodes, please, please, please leave us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts. It means a lot to us, and it helps other people discover our show. So thank you if you can. Thanks for listening.
And good night.
And good night. And goodbye.
Now we got our jammies on. We're just ready to go to bed.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.